Okay, we're live. Okay, I even forgot to
Oh,
say
are
we're
you
live.
live?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what up? It's a regular
Okay.
only platform. Yeah, that's just how we do that. This is a podcast, not a radio interview. So we just pop in and out. What the? Okay, it's a notification. Yeah, we just pop in and out. Like we just come in and we start talking. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we start today with a live
Okay,
update.
we live. Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if we should start with that. So
You want live
what's up?
update?
Yeah, what's up? What's happening? Because you look great today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Um, what's up? I don't know. There's nothing. Nothing has really changed.
Mm.
It's just same every
Same
day.
old, same old.
Just same. Yeah, but like I guess the good thing is I've been able to contact some people and have gotten like positive responses for interviews on Chakara TV.
DJ
So
Jab said
that's
you're looking
it.
stunning. DJ Jab, I just told her
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, she looks great. Give her the
Thank
fire
you.
emoji, like fire emoji.
Wow.
So yeah,
Okay.
on my end, I'm alright. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, how many percent today?
80, I think 80, 85.
Okay.
Yeah, around there.
Okay.
But that's great for somebody like me who always have this fluctuation of moods. That's good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So today's topic we'll be talking about what makes Cameroon music industry, what makes the industry a baby industry, because this word is being thrown around a lot. You know, baby industry, Cameroon music industry is a baby industry. 237 is a baby industry. Everybody just says it. Like, what actually makes it a baby industry?
Mm.
Yeah, so that's what we. Yeah, see, DJ Jobs give you fire emoji. Yeah, I told you to give her fire emoji. That's it. Yeah, so she looks great. So, what part of the Cameroon music industry makes it a baby industry?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Yeah,
when I saw this topic, what came to my mind was what there's that lady, Tabitha, I think that's her name, when she said that on an interview in a Nigerian platform. So and love were kicking against her. So basically, for me, I will not really consider Cameroonian entertainment industry a baby industry. I'm one of the
mm-hmm.
people who felt like maybe she didn't say the right thing, and for multiple reasons. One of the reasons is I don't consider Cameroonian entertainment a baby industry. I consider it. I think we are around the adolescent age.
Yeah.
We're around that age like that.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we have grown up. We're maybe I'll say 10, 8 years old, like that age group.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I feel like we have started building a foundation, but although not everybody has kicked off that foundation, not
Yeah.
all the various industries like the fashion or the movie or the whatever, not all of them, but I think specifically the music industry has grown a
Matured.
little bit higher than the foundation level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm like the petit pays, the Bendika, that age, I feel like that age was the foundation,
Yeah.
but this age now is putting on some blocks on it. Yeah.
Huh. What I think is the Cameroon music industry is not even a child. Like that, the way
Mm,
they classify, the way guys put it. I think the industry
mm,
has grown way beyond all that. What I just believe is there's just one aspect of this industry that makes it look like a baby industry.
mm-hmm,
There's just one aspect because I don't see you because what aspect of it, what I want us to talk about is what aspect of the entertainment industry in general is still making us have that perception that the industry is still a baby industry. To me, I just have one.
mm. What's that?
Just the business side of it. That's
Okay.
all. Because when it comes to okay, because when I was thinking about it, basically just music, the music part of it kept on coming to my mind, you know.
Mm,
And when I wanted to put a topic, I just put music. Then I told myself, nah, let me just put ENT because entertainment would have been too long. I just put ENT to make it broad. to broaden it.
Yeah.
But mostly the music industry is mature now.
Mm.
The music industry. So that one aspect of the industry that we still believe is still a baby industry is the beast part. The show
Mm.
is okay, but the beast part is that part of the industry that is missing.
Yeah.
Because we can't say Cameroon, when they say baby industry, still mean the quality of our songs are still mediocre, the videos are still mediocre. No, we've moved past all that. Like we've gone past all that stage. Like the music is stopped here now.
Mm.
Our songs can be played in any club in the world, like any Afro, how they call it, Afrobeat milieu in the world. Our songs can be played there, and we
Mm.
can compete on every level when it comes to music. Okay, music, we can
Mm.
compete on every level. So just the beast part of it is holding it back, and that part of it is the artists, like the people who actually own the product, who actually produce the product. They don't understand how to market it. That's just the only problem. Forget about all
Mm.
these A-list artists, like you think they are A-list, they are big and all this, and they are, no, they themselves haven't even mastered it. That's why
Mm-hmm.
the industry is where it's at today. That's why it's still where it's at right now. That's why you don't see Cameroon artists as successful as they are. Zembla, what's up? Welcome to the fam.
Hey,
So
welcome.
yeah, so that's why the industry is still where it is at right now. That's why we still see the industry the way it is right now. So the point is, I always say it is not my job to teach you how to handle your business,
Mm-hmm.
but I realize that if it has gotten to a point where if I don't teach you how to handle your business, there are some guys who look up to you and believe you know how to handle your business. So if you don't know how to handle your business, and I know how to teach you how to handle your business, and I don't teach you, all those guys who keep looking up to you, trying to learn how to handle their business, when they see that you can't handle their business, they will still reach, even if they get to the stage where you are, they will still
Mm.
fall prey to the same thing you're falling prey to. So let's expatiate this whole thing. How does Cameroon artists make music? Let's talk about that one. Now, how do they make money from their art?
Music. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's.
Yeah, so the first thing which we all know is like they sell their songs, streaming platforms and all that stuff. But some of them have that, right? Some of them sell their songs.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that it's not, you don't really make the big bucks from that. That alone doesn't really give you the money. Yeah,
Okay.
so for me, I feel like that's the principal way in which Cameroonians are seen to make money. But also, they have shows. They're
Mm-hmm.
invited to for shows,
Mm-hmm.
shows that pay them for shows and things. But I remember
We
Blanche
have to
Bailey
talk
saying
about
the
that
big,
aspect of it, that show
yeah,
part
I
of it. Yeah.
remember, yeah, Blanche really saying the bigger you get, the less opportunities you get for show invitations, because the bigger you get, the bigger your price tag is,
Yeah.
and the lower you get opportunities to be invited for shows, because people don't want to pay that kind of money.
Yeah. Your
Yeah,
wage will be too high.
so
Yeah.
yeah, we should be too high. So there's all that. So I think the two principal ways which I see Cameroonian artists making money is their shows and selling music online. There's a brand deal part, but it's just the top people making money from that, because it's just very few people have actually having any brand deals.
So to boil down everything you just said, you everything you just said depend on. Okay, when you get to this stage, there's just
Mm,
somebody, like your wage goes up. There's just somebody that has to hand you money or hand you a deal or hand you, but the bigger you go, the more they check and the more they back. That's just
mm,
basically what you're saying, right?
mm, mm-hmm,
So I just want to say that's the problem with the industry, because that's the
mm-hmm,
problem I see the industry has right now. Because they, or everybody, when I say they, I don't want to make it feel like the artists, but we believe our level in the industry, like our stature in the industry, the amount of fame and clout we have in the industry, will
mm,
attract those guys to pay us what we are worth.
mm-hmm.
Thinking about it in a business standpoint, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah.
it's kind of lazy if you think about it. It's kind of one dimensional if you think about it.
Okay.
That's why, because in the let me not say Cameroon music industry, in the entertainment industry, there is so much money in every aspect of entertainment. Okay,
Mm.
be it music, be it production, be it videography, be it show, promoter, DJ, anything that has to do with the entertainment industry. Every person in that domain, in that milieu, has to understand that they can be millionaires, they can make the highest amount of money they can make, but they don't just have to depend on that aspect of the craft to make
Mm.
that money. Nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
music don't sell, okay? That's what I just want to tell these guys. I want to clarify to everybody listening right now. Music don't sell. So if you're making music with the aim that, okay, when you grow big, that you grow big and sell your songs, when you drop your songs online, your albums will sell millions of copies or hundreds of thousands of copies, and you make so much money. Yeah,
Mm.
it can happen, and it cannot happen.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that is guaranteed. Okay, one thing that is guaranteed. The thing that is guaranteed is you always have people who will listen to your music. You always have guys. You always have guys who will. Who the fuck is this? You always have guys who want to like in all. Okay, DJ Jab said something. Let me just read what he said. Okay,
Mm.
no way we are not babies. Okay, the industry. No way we are not babies in the industry because we had the foundation, but the old generation did not hold. Yeah, work machines in the
Hold the
building. What's
hand.
up? Yeah,
Hey,
the old
welcome.
generation did not hold hands of the young to pass down the power and knowledge. Okay, it's not necessarily that. Because if you think about the older generation, what the newer generation, what we are doing right now, we are simply moving at the pace of the older generation. We are simply copying what they were doing. Think about it. Yeah, the older
Yeah,
generation
but
had Makosa, yeah? They dominated music in Africa, yeah? Okay. But all the,
yeah, I wanted to say something, right,
yeah,
concerning what DJ Jab said, right?
yeah.
Because I think Salatiel too has made the very remark. Salatiel
Mm,
made this long write of where he was talking about they as artists right now being like orphans
yeah,
because they didn't have like parents to guide them in the industry. There's no school where you go and learn this craft. And also the people who you look up to like this with the parents of the industry abandoned them. So they had to do everything on their own from scratch. Right.
yeah.
But
Mm-hmm,
I also on the other end, I also feel like people like Salatiel, they although they had to help rebuild that foundation,
mm-hmm.
but they have taken up the industry to a level where we are no longer babies.
Okay. Um, what you just said had you have a valid point there, because
Mm.
you're just talking on the creative side of it.
Mm.
Yeah, the creative side of it, yeah, that can still hold on the business side of it if they were taught that when you come up, this is how you handle your business. This is how you
Mm.
maneuver through the business. Because the problem with the Cameroon music industry is the events organizers, like these big companies who organize shows and events, they hold the power in the industry. If you've noticed,
Mm-hmm.
they control the industry. They control the money in the industry, and that's not how it's supposed to be. And Cameroon
Mm.
music industry we have not yet figured that out. That they don't control. They simply act like they control the industry because the artists are ignorant of what they have.
Mm.
You know? Okay. Hey guys, Zembla. Yeah, Zembla. Okay. Work Machine said music sales, product placement, endorsement, and streaming, events, and merchandising. Yeah, merchandise.
Yeah.
Those
So
are
those are all
all
of the things that make us babies. Yeah.
babies because we have not yet mastered all those things. Okay? You may know
Mm.
all those things just like, yeah, words. Those things are things that like artists in the developed world or in bigger industries they make money from,
Mm.
but we know them, but we don't know how to go about it. We don't know how that affects the industry as a whole.
Mm.
Even if you know those names, you don't know how to go about to make all those things a reality. That's the biggest problem in the industry. Those artists
Mm-hmm.
believe that somebody else have to do all those things for them and pay them to market it, especially merchandises like brand deals, shows. That's the worst one. Okay, every artist in Cameroon believe they need to be booked for a show.
Mm.
It's not supposed to be like that. Okay, okay. Let's go now to the next thing Work Machine posted. But these artists have not yet understood that it is always a number of it's always a numbers
It's
game, like
a
the
numbers
numbers
game,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, numbers game also have to go with the streaming. Yeah, that's the only place where I can see the numbers game playing, the streaming and the sales. You know, that's the only place I can see the numbers game playing. They said it's a capital. It's a what? A
Capitalist.
capitalist. Okay, capitalist word. But if these artists don't understand how business works, and they keep crying online that sound like a baby industry. Yeah,
Mm. Like crybabies.
yeah, that sounds like a baby industry. It's true when they keep crying online. Okay. Um, what I'm saying is, all these artists, take for example Nipsey Hussle, he wasn't signed to a record label. Even Two Chains,
Mm.
he wasn't signed to a record label. Okay, but these guys were were doing things that even mainstream guys who were signed are doing it.
Mm.
The essence, the reason you see guys hurrying up to sign to record labels is simply because Boomian TV, what's up? I think there's somebody new.
Hey. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Boomian TV. Just click the link I'll just post right now to join our WhatsApp group. From there, you can contribute, give your own topic, okay, for us to talk about. That's the link of the WhatsApp group. Just click it and join the WhatsApp group. Everybody's a family there. Every opinion counts. Every idea counts. We are just here to
Yeah.
find out what the fuck is wrong with the industry. Yeah, I'm on Molita. I can curse, okay? We're just here to find out.
Right.
We're just here to find out what the fuck is wrong with this Cameroon music industry and why the hell is everybody's calling us baby industry and why do we
Mm.
think we are babies? And just from the points Work Machine is giving, okay, and he's still giving more points. Work Machine, damn, it's like this topic has been eating you up, man.
Hey.
You got more points,
He's
man.
ready.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, you got more points. Okay. So when Jay Z went from Rocker, Rocker what? Okay, Rocker Wear.
Work
That's his
away.
outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When Jay Z went
Mm.
from Rocker Wear to Live Nation to Tidal, that was him looking at the supply chain. Boom.
True.
You see?
True.
Boom.
Mm.
So
True.
what I'm saying is, like I just did a video today. That video, that okay, that topic I said I want to release, blah blah
Mm.
blah. Yeah, the thing is actually rendering now. I believe it's done rendering.
It's going live today.
Nah, not today. On the day the Libby's podcast always goes live, that's Saturday, Sunday. So it'll just go
Okay.
live on Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. So there, it has to do with all these artists. Like this multinational. Never mind. It says Steaka Bobo. What? Okay, Steaka
Oh, it's Teyaka who has changed his name to,
Boomy on TV. Oh,
yeah, or there's another, yeah, maybe. Or he has another YouTube channel. Either way.
I okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah. If it is Steaka, you're already in the group. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Work Machine said, but they can also learn business minds. They can also learn from business minds. There are many business minds even behind
Mm-hmm.
working even behind the so-called independent artists in the capitalist world. You can't be too independent.
Just a moment. I think you just read the comments I handle. Let me just
Yeah, I'll just
get
be
somebody on my
replying to
door.
them. Yeah, I'll just be
Yeah.
replying to them. Okay. So, yep, I think so. You have a point at Work Machine, okay? Because in this system, this whole thing, the way the system works is, this is a whole machine, okay? A complete machine that is a well-oiled machine. Nobody can do it themselves. Like no one person can do this thing, okay? Like an independent artist, you need a team to help you maneuver like put all these things in place that all these multinational companies have or record labels have in place that will make it feel like they control the money, they control the box, they control the show, they control the distribution, they control the merchandising. That's why you see most guys hurry up to sign deals. Because when they sign deals, artists are lazy. They come, especially in Cameroon, okay? Most of us are lazy, okay? That's why you see them, they just want to sign deals or they just believe that when they blow up, somebody will just take the responsibility away from them. Like that responsibility of helping them build a brand, they don't know that when they build a brand, they have more control over it. Let's move fast forward to what Blanche Bradley. Okay, like what Blanche said, like the bigger you get, the more difficult it is for you to get booked for shows because your wage increase. Definitely, your wage needs to increase. Okay, of course, if your wage doesn't increase there, I don't know why you're even doing music in the first place. I don't know why you keep developing those hits. I don't know why you keep growing in the first place. So the more you grow, when you understand the power you have, because they use you to make the money and give you a percentage of the money, okay, which you made. It is your money. If you think about it, like a show having 3 artists, that's money belongs to those artists. But just because they don't own the show, they don't have the brand, like the company organizing the show's name on it, the money belongs to them. Those guys understand what is called marketing. They understand marketing. They believe that those artists that they call to those shows are the market. They have the
Yeah.
leverage. But these artists don't even know that they have that power. Nipsey Hussle, okay, but take it back to Nipsey. Nipsey released his, not even an album, a mixtape, and sold one copy for $100. One copy for $100. He said he's not putting it online. I think they see somebody at your door. He said he's not putting it online
Yeah.
and he's not selling it on iTunes. He even created his own online store where he sold it by himself because he had the leverage. Okay? And when Jay-Z saw Nipsey Hussle selling a copy of his album, of his mixtape, $100, Jay-Z said, what? This kid has balls. Like, he has understood the business and the market that he's confident enough and know he already has guys that will buy. You don't need all these iTunes to sell because when you sell on iTunes, iTunes actually take 40% of your money. That is your money.
Yeah.
But they take 40% of it. So he just said, you know what? I'll just be on my website and put it on it. $100. And they actually bought it. Jay-Z bought 10 copies of that album. Jay-Z bought it for
Yeah.
$100,000, telling him, you figured out the game. Okay? And even if he just sold 1,000 of those albums, that's $1 million. Like, no, 1,000 is not up to $1 million, but all the money comes to you. It's not like you're sharing the profit or sharing anything with anybody else. I'm not saying Cameroon artists, you guys should start building websites and putting your songs on them because I don't think even the Cameroon consumer is at that stage where he can remove money and go to a random website and buy music. I know who we are, okay? I know now, especially we Anglophone them already. Even to
Yeah.
go to a
Hey, don't
show,
play that game.
yeah, even to go to a show, it's very difficult to even pull us out of the house to remove money from our pocket. You know how many bought to be 2,000 to go for a show? I know who we are, okay?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, these multinational companies, they know among all those guys in Cameroon who believe they can't remove that amount of money to go to a show, there are still some within that population that are willing to pay that amount of money to come for that show. But you still own all those guys.
Yeah.
When you understand that you own all those guys, you can leverage that to do your merchandising and everything, and you will not wait for those guys to pay you what you're worth. Those guys cannot pay you what you believe you're worth if you've not proven to them that you can actually make that money by yourself. Sometimes they just feel like they are giving you a handout. They are helping you because if you just sit there with those hit songs, you will not be able to make any money. That's why they believe that,
Yeah.
okay, he's stupid. He doesn't know the power he holds. Yeah. Let's just call him and give him bread. Yeah, let's just call him and give him small bread and use that market he has to make the money that he's dumb enough not to see how to make.
Yeah, as you're talking, I've just remembered during the episode of Celebstar where I interviewed Montez,
Yeah.
and she was talking about this whole issue she had with MTN, where they had to pay her like millions, and she went to the office to get her money, and they moved a 30,000 francs and gave it to her. So she was like, they have to give her, I don't know if it's nine or it's eight, something like that, that kind of millions. And they moved a 30,000 francs and gave it to her. That's her money. And she was like, she lost her cool and she was kicking place. I'm just like, that's a disrespect that artists get. That kind of,
Yeah.
they know that you need us to sell your music. You have not yet figured it out. You don't know that you have this power.
Power.
So
Yeah.
we'll just give you the 30,000 and you probably you'll be like very happy for that and you let it go. So it's crazy. The Cameroonian entertainer, they really need to know that power. I remember this I think it was a Nigerian artist was asked like, you have won a BT award. How does it impact your career? And he was like, how it impacts your career is people when they call you for a show, they are ready to put down the money and they still get called for shows and they still
Yeah.
get paid that high sum of money. But from the way what Blanche Bailey was saying, it was like once you get higher, once you get hit, it's there's a bitter sweet side of it because you get less shows because people are not willing to pay you that amount of money.
It is simply because they know that if they don't call you and pay you that amount of money for the shows, you won't get any shows, you won't get any performances. It means you won't have any
Exactly.
money. The only thing
Yeah.
is we need to these artists need to prove to them that you understand the power you have.
Mm.
If you cannot, I wanted to take it back to 2011, 2012 when Jovi released his album HIV. Okay,
Don't focus.
yeah,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay. Work machine is just pouring it. Okay, artists need to change the way. Okay, let me go with DJ Ijab and then just keep going there. Okay, artists
Mm.
need to change the way they do the business part of this whole industry. The whole industry.
Mm.
Yeah. So the funny part is they don't even have a business part of the whole industry. That's the funny part about it. It's not
Mm.
like they need to change it. They don't have it. They just believe the higher they get, the more fame they have, the higher the star power they have, the more money they get paid for their services.
Mm.
They the bigger you get, just know the higher you get, not everybody will be able to afford you. So you need to know the power you have, leverage that power you have to make the amount of money you believe you're worth.
Mm.
That's just how it is. Because let's move down to work machine again. Work machine. Let these artists learn to listen to business minded. Yeah, but over Sabi kill us all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll be like, if you
like
can
what
do it, why
Blanche
are you
replied
not
that
making
person.
yourself famous?
Like what
Yeah.
Blanche replied that person. Okay. Yeah, because in that, even when I was doing that video, I knew when I be saying all those things, they would say, "But why haven't you used that on yourself?" Like that, I'm using it on myself right now. If you guys don't know, I'm using it,
Mm.
and
It's because,
you guys want visual proof to show that actually you're
mm-hmm,
using it is working. My only
yeah,
example is, hey, look at where I am. That's just my proof.
yeah,
I will not go on social media, keep counting money and say, okay, I'm making money.
yeah.
No.
They want to see the flashy lifestyle. They want to see you in the private jet and all those things. Then they'll be like, oh, he's really making money.
Yeah.
If not, they're like,
My
mm-mm,
only
not
proof, the
yet.
only example I can show them is, hey, look at where I live. That's
Mm.
just what I'm able to show you guys. Now, what you guys can see, because you can't hide the house. If you
Mm-hmm.
carry a house hide out. So I just say, okay, look
Yeah.
around you. Okay? Yeah, this is where I am. That's the only proof I can give you
Mm-hmm.
guys. But what I'm telling you guys is, I'm not using it in music right now, but that affects
Mm.
every aspect of
Yeah.
entertainment, of life. When you have power, when you have leverage, things that these guys need to understand is music doesn't sell anymore. Even the biggest artists in the world still believe that music sales, even though they sell, music sales are not what they used to be.
Mm.
Music is just an outlet. It gets you out there. It makes you rich. It makes guys come close to you. Okay?
Mm.
Then you leverage that reach. You leverage that attention to make the equivalent of the money you could have made years ago from CD sales,
Mm-hmm.
instead of sitting back and waiting for guys to book you for a show. You already have your wage. Anybody approaching you should be able to pay that wage. You're not supposed to bargain with them. So to keep your wage effective, you need to have a way where you can keep generating revenue for yourself, so that if they are coming to call you to perform, the money should be worth your time. It should not be worth your skill or your level of life, or the position where you're at in life. It should be worth your time.
Yeah.
That's what most artists don't understand, even the A-listers in the industry. I'm talking about most independent A-listers, because I just consider Alpha Beta Record as an independent record label. I consider Lions as an independent record label. Big Dream the same. Blanche Barley, I don't know who she's signed to, but I just believe she's the most successful independent artist I know.
Yeah.
I don't know who she's signed to, but I know to attain the level where she's at right now, she must have a team she's working with. She must have guys that she's working with, because you can't do all that job by yourself, ma. Even if you be superwoman, or even if you have clones of yourself, that when you sleep at night they divide and do everything you have in your head. No, you must have guys that will handle certain aspects of the business part of this whole thing for you. Okay? Yeah, they do not know their they do not know their wealth and their power. No, it's their worth. Yeah, they do not know their worth and their power, the power they control. That's just a simple thing, okay? Because if MTN wake up today and call, just say they call Malox and say, we want you to come and perform for our festival, and Malox say, you know what, you viens pas. They'll call, you see, they'll say, okay, let's go Teno. They don't come and perform. You ne viens pas. They'll call Kosi. They'll keep calling like that until one of them will accept the money. That's why you see some of them taking that low budget, because they believe if they turn it down, somebody on that same level will take that money, and the event will go on. It will hold on. It will take place. One thing they need to know is it's not about you don't have to think about losing the money, but you have to think about securing your money. Like when you already have a plan put in place to secure your money, to keep making that same money, when those guys come with a small amount that they need to offer you and you turn it down, and they go to everybody and everybody has the same mindset you have, they'll have no choice but one, to call somebody from outside, a foreigner, which they'll pay them times 20 the money they were supposed to give you, okay? Or they will come back to you and tell you, but mon frère, okay, how much should we give you? You see, they will have no choice but to conform, like to say, okay, all these guys now think alike. Like all these guys have a similar wage. So what should we do? You know, from there they'll know that, okay, these guys know that even if they don't come for this show, the show will not take place. That's a fact. MTN cannot organize a show and just put those their dancers on stage and that's all, and the show is packed the way, let's say, a Blanche Bailey or a Kosi goes to the show and make it all Malox. No, they won't.
Yeah. But like one thing that's come to my mind is, when Daphne turned down the whole Orange thing, and they even made a statement because Orange was still using her picture on their billboards and advertisements. It's
And
like
Orange made money
she
from
turned
it.
it down. She turned it down, and other artists took up the opportunity, and that was it, right? So I'm like, I think artists, like you said, but they need to have like this structure. They really need to come together and back each other up, because if MTN knows that Daphne refuses, oh, I'll go to local, even I pay him less, or I'll go to this other person where I pay them less, they will accept. Let me say the very price Daphne turned down, this other person is accepting it. Then there's
Yeah.
all this unity, and then like nobody wins, no artist wins, but Orange wins or the companies win. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing with that part is, the thing with that guy is, with Orange and that show with Daphne, is they knew, okay, they started promoting it even before it reaching an agreement. Even Mr. Leo turned it down. The problem with it is they know that with the name of those guys, because I believe that show was sold, or those tickets were sold because of Daphne and Mr. Leo. before even they had to switch up and take the next person. The next person they took was Kosi, right?
Mm.
So these tickets were sold, and when you buy those tickets, there's nothing like refund. The same thing happened when Camtel said T Pain and P Square were coming to Cameroon, and that's why they were publicizing all over CRTV. I think that was way back in 2013 or 14 or 12, something like that.
Mm.
Around that, I think 10 years ago. I think 5 to 10 years ago. Yeah, between that time. But T Pain wasn't coming to Cameroon, but they used his name. Hell broke loose. You know, they had to pay those guys a lot, but just P Square was coming. Like T Pain wasn't coming.
Mm.
You see, so but T Pain had to let it slide because he considered it as a third world country, like a third world. Even
Mm.
if he sued them, they don't have the money to pay him and all those kind of things. But he went on Twitter and
So
said,
he thinks.
"Yeah, those Camtel guys have stupid money." But the
Yeah.
point is, he just told himself, he went to Twitter and said he's not coming to Cameroon. That all these things he has been seeing, like promotion, like because fans were excited. They go on Twitter and they are posting it and tagging T Pain and saying, "Welcome to Cameroon, welcome to." My nigga was like, "Wait, I keep seeing this thing,
Crazy.
welcome to Cameroon."
Let me call my manager. Am I going to Cameroon?
I keep seeing this thing, welcome to Cameroon. What's happening? Because this thing they promote it on CRTV, Boom TV, every station in Cameroon, but not international TV stations where he can be able to see it. You see how these guys work? They made money off his brand. So he just went to Twitter and said, "I believe maybe there's an information going through in Cameroon that I'm coming to Cameroon."
Yeah.
But I don't even know what is happening. Hell, maybe I don't even know where Cameroon is. But I'm not coming, okay? So then the whole problem started. They said he went to this with all that with Camtel and that shit. So what I'm saying is, these brands already know the power all these artists have. They know the power you guys have. They know the power, the leverage you guys hold. Okay, so it's just that you guys don't understand the leverage you guys hold. If not, you will organize your own shows.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back to the point when I said, when I wanted to say 2011, 2012, when Jovi released HIV, the album. Jovi organized his tour. If you guys have noticed, every time Jovi dropped an album, he organized his own tour. Except this last album that he had that money, that thing with Johnny Walker. But every time Jovi drops an album, he organized his own tour. It's not like Camtel is organizing the tour for him, or this company is organizing the tour for him. No. He organized his own tour. And every amount of money he makes from that tour goes to New Bear Music and the team. If you guys,
Yeah.
if you think about it, it's making way much money, like too much than what you just sit and these guys call you to come and perform. The money is going to them. They're just simply paying you a fraction of it. It's a whole business. They already have partners that they work with. You know? So the part of this Cameroon music industry that makes it a baby industry is that the bigger guys in the industry still face the same problem the upcoming guys face. The
Yeah.
only difference between them is that these guys have more popularity than these other guys down here. That's the only difference. But on the business side of it, they are all the same. On the
Yeah.
marketing side of it, they are all the same. It's just that they have a team that can promote their products to make their songs blow up. But when the songs blow up, that's where everything ends. They don't know what to do next. They just hope when the song blow up, it may attract, like they've thrown the sugar and they are waiting for the ants to come close to it. No. You have to go hunting. You have to set the trap to catch your own. You don't have to wait for somebody to say, "You know what? You have the net. Let me borrow your net and catch fish. Then I'll give you 2 fish out of it." Why don't you get a boat, get inside and catch the fish for yourself and realize that that net is big enough that can catch thousands of fish, instead of somebody using your net to catch a fish and say, "Because it is your net, let me just give you 5 fish out of this net." That's because that's an easy way to put it in Cameroon if you think about it. So when you release a song, or especially when you drop a song and that song is a hit, think about the places in Cameroon where that song has more impact. Organize your own show there. You don't have to organize a show where fans pay 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. If I live in Bamenda, I'm not going to pay 10,000 for Kaya show. I'm just telling you this now. But if you organize a show for a reasonable amount, I'll be able to come. But when you add it up, see that you have a venue of 250 people, just 250, okay? 1,000 times 250, how much is that? And how many shows can you do like that in a week? Multiply that in a month. That's so much money rather than staying in a month and wait for a big company to call you to perform once or twice in a month. That if you do that, you are making times 10 the amount of money you should have just sat down and wait for this guy to pay you, which they may never pay you.
Yeah.
That's one of the things these guys don't understand. And then when these big brands call you to sign you, like an endorsement for you to market like their clothes, their jewelry, their oil. Okay. Rihanna, let's just say if she was working like for something like Fashion Nova, where she sell the product for Fashion Nova and Fashion Nova make the money and pay her, she wouldn't have been a billionaire by now. Like even, let's just say Kylie Jenner, she wouldn't have been a billionaire by now. All the money belongs to her, like that Fenty Beauty line. The money goes directly to her. That's why when she dropped it that same day, that same week, she was worth over 400 million because all the money came to her. It was not for a brand. Okay, what if a brand signed her like that week? That brand would have made that 400 million and just gave her 1 million out of it, or 2 million, even 10 million.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying, "Whoa, she signed a 10 million deal! Like that's so much money." But they don't know that those guys made $500 million from it by using you. By using you. Kanye West is worth $1 billion now. Why? Nike, that Yeezy belongs to Kanye West. Nike is a production house. So Nike, he's working partnership. That's not like Nike has hired him to model or market their brand. It's a partnership. That's why I keep telling everybody. I keep talking about equity. I keep talking about shares, owning stakes. You don't get into, the bigger you get, you stop thinking about having wage. You stop thinking about your wage. You should start thinking about your value, your equity, what you're worth with time. That's what most artists need to start thinking about. That's why the industry is still a baby industry, because when you look at the industry as a business, it's no business. Like it's still lacking in that aspect of business. So let's read.
I was just looking at what Machine was saying, right?
Yeah.
Where he compared Stanley Eno and Burna Boy. He says Stanley wins over Burna Boy and Mama, and years down the line, look at Burna Boy, look at Stanley. We are so bad at strategy, and we get too comfortable too soon. I'm tired. I'm out.
Cameroonians
Yeah,
are so comfortable to
it's
afford.
crazy.
I've
Yeah,
been saying that
like
thing
I've
for the
won an
past 5 years.
international award. Ooh, yeah, it's
I've been
crazy.
saying that thing for over 5 years. We Cameroonians are too comfortable to afford. That's why we drink a
Crazy.
lot. That's why alcohol is cheap in Cameroon. And even alcohol gets
Yeah,
expensive, we still drink. We are too comfortable
yeah.
to afford. If somebody just has money that he may have his 1 or 2 beer every week and to go and sleep, hell, even if the world burns, he does not, he don't care.
Yeah, and I think that's like it's true. We are really comfortable, and let me say, like I feel like those in power know that, and they
They
know
know.
like
That's why
if
they
you
use
if
it.
you if you want to keep peace and everything, just give Cameroonians a drink and everything is fine. Because look, for example, we have Corona and quarantine. Schools were shut, churches were shut, everything was shut,
But
but
they open
bars remained
bars
open. Bars
for
were
money.
open. Yes, and like David said, okay, you have coffee or whatever, but there's a bar just beside my house here. Up to midnight, they are still on, and people are still there drinking and dancing
The
and having a
point is,
good time.
some of these people
Yeah.
in power, some of them own these businesses, some of these bars, because they know that's where the money is in Cameroon. In one street, if you have even 5 bars in one street, all those bars will be full, even up to 5. That explains how comfortable we Cameroonians are, so long as we have our booze.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
it goes to the entertainment industry. We are too comfortable to afford. The fame makes us feel high. The fame is also like some sort of high. Like when you achieve that fame, you believe you have that high, that excitement, that level that you just believe, okay, where I'm at right now, I can be comfortable enough. Like if I'm making just 2 million a month, they just believe they are making so much money. They just say, nah, I can stay. That's why there is no billionaire in Cameroon, in France, in dollars. There is no one in Cameroon because we are too comfortable to afford.
I'm a
I,
billionaire in France. I'm good.
yeah, no, billionaire in France, yeah,
Yeah.
that's so many of them. But in dollars, you can't. You don't. There's no. So that just explains
Yeah.
how comfortable we are. Like we get too comfortable so fast.
Yeah, and all like one thing which is coming to my mind is like I'm just thinking if there's an artist watching this, might feel like you guys keep on picking on us, you guys keep on saying all this, playing us, like saying negative things about us instead of
It's not
saying negative
negative.
positive things about your own to push your own forward. But one thing I would say is it might be because you're clueless about what's happening in other countries if you say that. Because
Yep.
in Nigeria, in whatever country, I listen to interviews even from South Africa, all of these people, they still complain. The fact that we see the A-list artists and they are shining in front
Yeah.
and whatever, but it doesn't mean they don't complain about these things. And I feel like it's because they complain and it's because their artists are humble enough to listen to what these fans are saying, then you will be, that's why they grow. Because for example, like what we were saying yesterday, at the end of the day, we're the ones who are consuming their content. At the end of the day, we are the ones who are pushing their content forward.
Yeah.
Without the fans, you as an artist, you go nowhere. So if you're not listening to the people who are consuming the product,
Yeah.
like who are you producing for? Who are you serving? You have a lot of artists. I was listening to this track by I don't know, some a guy who did something for the culture, and he was saying fans are telling artists what to do, what to wear, like
Yeah. I think
it's
it's
strange in Ole.
skeezy or what? Yeah. Sorry
Yeah,
to.
like
Yeah.
only in Cameroon that happens. I'm like, first of all, it's not
No.
only in Cameroon. It's not only in Cameroon. If you just Breakfast Club, one of the most famous platforms out there,
In the
you
world.
hear them complain about, yeah, in the world, you hear them complain about the American artists. It's not only in Cameroon. It's everywhere. And secondly, if you want to grow and you want to produce content for the fans, maybe
Yeah.
you listen to what the fans actually want to hear for a change.
Yeah. Because the problem with Cameroon entertainment industry is the artists believe they know everything. That's why I
Mm,
say they are too comfortable to afford. When they try something and it works, they just believe everything beyond that is irrelevant. They just believe if
mm,
anybody is saying anything for them to do, they are just saying too much,
mm,
or they are just acting like they know too much.
mm.
And that's one of the downside. That's one of the things holding the industry back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
DJ
everybody
Jab,
chasing to blow.
yeah,
Mhm.
everybody chasing to blow. They don't know what comes after blowing. Blowing is just the first part of it. And DJ Jab said, uh, if Cameroon artists start booking their own shows, start organizing their own shows, then these companies will rethink when they want to approach them. You know, and
Mm,
that's a great mindset. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have the fans, you have the market. If you
mhm,
organize a show, put a date and market it and advertise it and publicize it, those guys will show up. That
mhm,
money is your money. It
mm,
doesn't belong to anybody. So even if you have to work with somebody or you need somebody to put in the money for you to do what you want to do, okay, partnership. Partner with anybody
mm,
like these brand deals or endorsements that you're waiting for somebody to sign an endorsement deal with you and give you so much money. Okay, find somebody that has something you actually like, a dope brand, a dope product.
mm,
Partner with them. You guys can split the equity. Like for that product, tell him, okay, you produce the merchandise, and since I already have the name and the fan base and everything, we sell it. That's a
mhm,
partnership. The money comes to you and them equally, rather than just waiting for a big like Gucci and all these brands to come and say, okay, we are giving you an endorsement for this amount of money for 10 years. That after 10 years, you will not be able to even release your own merchandise and market yourself. You just be marketing our product. That's wasting that's wasting, that's not understanding your power. That's giving away your
mm,
rights for breadcrumbs. That's why when I see A-list artists, like especially when Blanche complained about that thing, it just made me realize this industry is still fucked when it comes to the business part of it.
Mm-hmm.
All these guys don't understand jack shit.
Yeah.
So they need to wake up.
Yep.
Okay? Yeah. So the Cameroon music industry, all these artists in this industry, if you're an artist right now or you come across this episode of the podcast, just realize all these guys use you to make money for themselves and they just pay you, and the wage they are giving you, they believe you don't know your worth. That's why they are giving you that wage.
Mm.
They know you will not be able, you don't have the balls, you don't know the steps to follow to generate that revenue. That's why they are giving you what you
Mm-hmm.
are getting. If you don't know how to generate that revenue, find or get anybody in your team who understand what you have, and hell, give them a percentage of any money you generate, and just see the amount of money you generate in a year. Just see the amount of
Yeah.
money you generate in a year. That's why the Cameroon music industry is considered as a baby industry. That's my own, that, to my own point of view. That's what I believe is making the Cameroon music industry considered as that. Since we talked about entertainment, let's go to the movie side of it.
Mm-hmm.
The movie side of it is
I would
yeah,
say
the movie
baby
side is still a baby, okay? Because
in
movie
the.
side lack distribution, they lack marketing, they lack production. Hell, they don't even have damn, there's a lot lacking in the movie side. Because
Mm-hmm.
I've done a couple of movies for that. When you get to the production side, especially when I'm directing, when you see the way they act when you're shooting or when you're producing, you just tell yourself, oh boy, what the fuck? Like the
Yeah,
stress I
because
go through before releasing
yeah.
even one, the stress I go through before shooting just one scene.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, because like in the music industry, while like we are seeing some growth is because the talent is there,
Yeah, the talent.
and
Music is just yeah.
the
Music is
talent is there. They're
easier.
really.
Mo-
Yeah, last week we had a girl on Canada who was talking about practicing. She has a very good voice. She was talking about practicing 5 hours a day,
mhm.
every day for 5 hours. She shuts herself in the closet and sings her lungs out, and her voice speaks for itself. Like it's exceptional. So we have all these musicians who are really putting in the work to get their talent to the highest level ever.
But the most
But with
important
the
part, because business
yeah,
is, hey, I call it
yeah,
sales.
so.
Sales is the most important part of no
Mhm.
matter what you're doing in life. If you don't know sales, pause whatever you're doing in life, figure that shit out before you proceed.
Mhm.
That's the most important part in
Yeah.
life. Even if you're designing websites, even if you're frying puff puff, even if you're building logos, even if you're recording music, if you have dream of becoming a successful independent artist, if you don't know sales, stop. Find anybody who knows sales, add them to your team, or
Mm.
you study marketing, you study sales
Mm.
yourself before you proceed. That's the most important part
Yeah.
of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't care if you sing like Michael Jackson or even more than 3 songs or even no. Hey, if you don't know your marketing, find somebody who understands marketing. If you can't find that, learn
Mhm.
it yourself. Or if you can't afford the person, just learn it yourself. Dedicate some
Yeah.
years of your career to learn marketing without putting out music.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can record to keep your
Yeah.
skill sharp. You can still record, you can still practice, you can still do features to keep your skill sharp. But to actually release your own projects, if you don't understand marketing, hey, trust me, by the time if you succeed in getting famous when you don't know marketing, you're fucked. Okay? You regret ever being even famous. You feel frustrated. You be depressed.
Because you'll be famous and taking a bike and
Yeah.
moving on the road because you don't have money for transport. Or people like, hey, no, no,
Yeah, and then
that.
that famous like when I heard like
Yeah.
Gasha took a bike to that get the back tour and that like
Yeah.
guys were saying, nah Gasha that
Like
say
crazy.
Ezra comedy in
No.
the building. Ezra, you're late. Okay, I think
Yeah,
you're a couple of minutes out. But
Yeah, you enter a taxi and beside you, you're seeing Gash out, you're seeing a celebrity. Then why are you paying to go and see them again when you can enter a taxi and see them beside you? Why are you paying to go and see them? Like, I'll
so
ask her for an autograph and she's sitting beside there.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
So
you
there's
pay.
all that. Yeah.
So you need to understand marketing. If you don't understand marketing, then, oh boy, you're in for a trip.
Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, right? I was saying the deficit of the movie industry is because a lot of people get into the movie industry don't even think they need to put in effort to improve their skill. Like you have auditions and you have people coming in from the street and they have never acted before. They have never done any training.
Yeah,
They don't even think they need to do any training, and
yeah,
they just think like I can make my face like this. I can do all those expressions and stuff.
mhm,
So I think I can act. Yeah.
yeah,
So there's all that, but there's a lot that goes into the acting, which I feel like the movie industry. You see, like our music. I remember it was yesterday, no, day before yesterday, where we were talking about good music. How
yeah,
we're saying we think that Cameroonian music is good enough to compete with international standards. We
yeah.
have gotten to that level. It's just the marketing side. But I know I've watched Cameroonian movies and I still fear our movies is not good enough
No,
to
it's not.
compete with
It's
the
not. No,
international
so
standard.
so
Yeah.
many of them
It's
are not good
not.
enough.
Yeah.
I know that. Okay, even
Hmm.
yeah, I can send even the ones I direct. Sometimes when I direct and I produce them, okay, I can tell
Mm,
myself the quality is good, but the acting
mm,
there is not up to par. I know. Okay,
mm-hmm,
when I want to produce, I pride myself on like the directing, like giving the quality everybody needs. I can send you a movie
mm,
I direct. You just watch a movie, you'll be like, damn, that quality. But when you see the
mm.
acting, you tell yourself,
Yeah.
oh boy, where did this guys like? Were they
Yeah.
not great actors? Like, my point,
Yeah, because we have all
even
these
if you have the actors,
good
the
video
quality will not be
directors.
there. Sometimes you have the
Yeah.
actors, but the equipment or the budget to get a great production team will not be there. That's why you see I'm looking
Mm,
forward to watching the movie King Stephen is working on. Like King is working on a movie, you know,
mm,
and I'm working on a series. So
mm,
Ken is working on a movie. I'm working on a series. By the time we start rolling, like I'll be putting it on YouTube. Ken also said he'll be putting his on YouTube. So that
mm,
one is just to show, like we want to show Cameroonians that when it comes to the production quality of our content, like movies, there are guys who can deliver that quality. We just want
mm.
the actors that can
Yeah.
deliver. You know, put everything together. It's like a package, a complete package. You need to have the
Mm,
actors and the directors and the producers and have the products that you guys need to have.
mm-hmm.
So the Cameroon movie industry lacks almost everything, including the business part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and one issue which the industry has, and I've heard a lot of people in the industry complain, is a division. You know,
Exactly.
in the
Yeah.
music industry, yeah, there's division, but in the
Yeah.
movie industry, it's another level. It's like these high school cliques, right?
Yeah.
Like this crew of people want to hang out. Although this crew of people, the cool
Yeah.
kids, and that is what is happening in the movie industry. I have a movie, I cast only the people in my crew,
Yeah.
whether they are good for the part or not. If you're not in my crew, you don't roll with me, you're not part of the movie. So you have these big names in the industry and each of them have their crews. So you never see them working together. You just see them with their various crews and going down the ladder, and that's it. It's crazy.
Yeah. You see, Ezra come to say actresses and actors in Cameroon go to a set just to mingle. Just to
Yeah.
mingle. Like they are not even going there to act. Like they don't want to be
Uh-huh.
professional. Like he has been part of a set before in Boya.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them go there just to yeah mingle,
It's like
fire,
it's a high
cash.
school club.
Yeah,
When I get the kind of things that happen there, or like when you hear some scandals that happen in the movie industry, you're like,
yeah,
this person said this to this one, then on said this one slapped this one. I'm like,
yeah.
God, what's happening? This is hot drama. Instead of putting that drama in movies, let's watch. People are doing the drama behind the scenes.
And
Come on now, we want to watch
one
it.
thing with the Cameroon movie industry is yeah, everything is lacking. So it goes right down even to the writing. Like the stories in
Mm,
Cameroon movies are stories that Nigeria acted a long time ago. that they are still
Mm-hmm.
reacting them, or maybe they are trying to create an alternate version of an already existing Hollywood story or a
Mm.
telenovela story when it goes to series. Like when you watch all these stories, you just see like I've seen this thing somewhere, like acted even better than what you guys are trying to show me now. So
Mm-hmm.
originality, that's one problem in the movie industry.
Mm.
That was just one problem. Someone say DJ Jab is back. He said, yeah, some of them just want to see themselves on screen. You know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that's how it is. The movie industry,
Mm-hmm.
fashion industry, like every part of the Cameroon entertainment industry, the most advanced one is music.
Yeah, that's it.
The most advanced one is music. So
Yeah,
the
I wanted to say something, right? There was this episode of the Napstar show where two Cameroonian comedians were there. We had Danny Green and Oboida Comics,
yeah
and they said the discussion went on like, okay, in Nigeria and other parts of the world, you see comedians getting together with the movie industry. You see comedians
yeah
becoming actors, like that's you can go hand in hand with you be an actor, you be a comedian. But
yeah
in the Cameroonian industry, it seems like comedians want to link themselves with a musician.
yeah
And about that was
exactly
like it's true because musicians are the people who are like they're the ones who are really high up. The actors are
yeah
still struggling. We are still struggling. Who will pull
yeah
who up? But also he said one issue is there will be a funny role in a movie instead of a director or the person organizing the movie to give that role to a comedian who can be
yeah
funny, who is already
yeah
a funny person. They
yeah
decide I'll give it to one of my friend who is in my clique who can pretend to be funny instead of giving it to the real funny person. So it's crazy. Like I'll not give the part to somebody who can really do it well and also bring in their audience to watch my movies, but I'll give it to a friend.
DJ Jabs, how can
Man, no
DJs
man.
make money? DJ Jab, okay, we'll come to that one. Okay, since the topic today is about how the industry is a baby industry, the episode go long, eh?
Right?
Yeah,
We are
DJ
going
Jab.
to all dimensions.
Yeah, DJ Jab has given his own because we were on movies, okay?
Mm,
So, even based on what you said about the role thing, even in Hollywood, if
mm,
an actor recommend a friend or if a producer recommends his friend to another producer to
mm,
act in a role, that guy still goes down audition.
mm-hmm,
They
mm,
still go there and audition. Even when I was talking
yeah,
with Fish and I told Fish, I can even give you a link for a movie, but not that when you go there, you must audition.
yeah,
You have to prove to them that if I'm recommending you, I'm not just recommending you because I've secured a role for you. There may be guys that can perform better at that role than you.
mm-hmm,
So I'm just recommending you just because I'm just putting you through the door. You should
mm,
prove to them that you can actually deliver, then you get the role.
mm,
Even in Hollywood,
mm-hmm,
even if I recommend my friend, that friend is just to put you through the door, get you in contact with the guys in charge. And then you prove to the guys in charge that you're worth it. Because it takes a lot just to meet those guys in charge. Okay?
mm-hmm,
But you need to prove to them that you are capable of delivering, like make the movie what they have
mm-hmm,
in mind. That's one thing too. So
yeah.
DJ Ijab, let's move now to DJs. Okay? How can DJs make money? One, the amount of money you a DJ can make depend on the amount of artists you're friends with. I'll explain that. Okay, the amount of artists or record labels you are in business with.
Mm,
How many clubs do you DJ at? Now we are discussing. Okay, DJ Jabs, this one is
mm,
for you. Okay, let's just. I'm asking. When I ask you the questions, you reply, and then I can be telling you what you need to do. Okay, first of all, you need to like the artist. You need to be friends with the artist. That's one of the things I tell these independent artists. Like DJs should be your closest friends.
mm,
DJs should be your closest friends, and you DJs, artists should be your favorite people to hang around. Like
mm,
the more artists you have, the more chains of revenue you have. Okay,
mm,
take for example, you're friends with Big G. Let me not go right up, real big up. You're friends with Big G. You're friends with Tenor. You're friends
mm,
with Kosi, and you're
mm,
friends with TZ Panchak. Okay,
mm-hmm,
you perform at the club every night. You're employed at a club to play every night, because I know DJs in Cameroon, they pay them to play sets, or they pay
Yeah.
you every month to play in a particular club. Okay, you strike a deal with the person who owns that club. That, what if I bring TZ Panchak to this club? Do you know how this place will be packed, and do you know how we will sell? And that's a fact. The place is going to be packed, and is going to make more money that day than he has made before. You don't charge them entrance fee and all that stuff. Okay, I'll just give you an example. That's why you see some DJs in the USA, when they perform, you just see a mainstream artist who just pop up on stage and perform with them. That's a whole deal they've signed. Okay, or
Mm.
in a club, you just see somebody who just come in because that club will be packed because the DJ is there. The DJ, your relationship with mainstream artists make you big, because the DJ Khaled, Steve Aoki, Skrillex, all these guys, if you've noticed, they have so many friends that they are DJ, that they have
Yeah.
so many artists.
A-list artist.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because when they perform their sets in clubs, they can bring that guy up. So you just strike a deal with the person owning that club, that like every Friday I will be bringing a new artist, like a famous guy, to this place to perform. Okay,
Mm.
you cannot pay the person their wage, because the person, if he asks the wage for you to pay, it'll be too much. So we just tell him, I
Mm.
can bring this person to perform in this club, but the amount of money you usually make, averagely you make this amount of money every day. Okay, but any day the artists come, the profit make on that day, we split that profit with these percentages. Like, you, the person owning the club, you make more than the money you usually make, and anything that adds on it, let's just say the DJ, I have 10%, the artist coming that day has 20%, or 30%, it depends, you know. And you, the person owning the club, you can have 60 or 50%, or 50-50. Me and the person coming that day, you can split the percentage, 50
Mm.
50, and you, the person owning the club, you take the remaining 50. That's, you've made the same
Mm-hmm.
amount of money you make every day, plus
Mm.
you can make 3 times the amount of money you make any day the artist come on, A-list guy come. So you, as a DJ,
Mm-hmm.
if you have like 5 clubs where you have sets, like today you perform at, let me just use um Olympia. Okay, you perform at
Mm.
Olympia, you perform at this other club,
Twist.
yeah, like there are so many clubs. Even in Bamenda, you
Mm.
have I think Manjong, you have J4B, you have
Mm.
in Boya, you have there are so many clubs. So you may have all those clubs in all those places where you say Friday you perform in this club, Saturday you perform in this club, Sunday you perform in this club. All those clubs on all those days. If you have friends on all these artists who are friends in this thing, you just say, okay, this day if I'm performing at, let's just say, Trance. When you're performing there, you have an artist there that day. The money you make there that day,
Mm.
you have a percentage of it. The next one, the next one, the next one. In a month, you'll be making millions. Okay,
Mm.
just because of your personal relationships. That's why DJs are very friendly people. There's no
Mm.
DJ in the mainstream level that is so uptight. You never see that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can never. A DJ is always a friendly person, the person that everybody wants to associate with. But in Cameroon,
Mm-hmm.
DJs have their shoulders are like up here, like they're like, when you see a DJ on the booth, like when he's moving the crowd, if you approach him, it's just like, hey, you're coming to steal his food, like you're coming to, hey, DJs are
Mm.
supposed to be the most friendly people out there, because you break the new artist. Like, you may have an artist which you want to break for him to become an A-list artist, because if you have an artist and you succeed in breaking an artist because you perform in so many clubs, you already have a lifetime partnership deal with that artist.
Mm.
Everywhere they go, everything they do, you may already sign like a lifetime deal with them. Like, everything they produce, you make a percentage of it. Everything is all about percentages. It's not about wage, because your wage, if they pay you your wage there, and that project or that thing goes on to make more money than the wage you were supposed to receive, you'll be mad at the end. You just feel like a
Mm.
sucker. And when you get the wage at that moment, you spend it all. But if you have equity, the money keeps on coming. It keeps
Mm.
on coming, and it adds up. So DJ Jap is back again saying, anyways, from clubs, how can a DJ does what? Blah, 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 clubs here on in the person make money. DJs also have brand deal. Oh man. DJ Khaled, can't you see that all these guys, like I said, when you have friends, you can even come up with your own club song. You can come up with your own club song by using all those your friends. Find a producer who you're a friend with. They produce a song that belongs to you, and you guys split the profit. And everywhere each of these artists go and perform the song, if you are not there present, you already have a percentage of the money they pay you in that club. They pay the artist for that show.
Yeah. Yeah, like the DJs, like for example, all the DJs you've got like Khaled, and you have even like this Marshmello and all these
Yeah,
other people
Marshmallows,
who,
Steve
yeah,
Aoki, Skrillex,
yeah,
Deja, so many of
DJ
them.
Coffee, this guy from
You
South
know?
Africa. Yeah, they DJ Coffee, Black Coffee or something like that.
Yeah,
So these are people who they produce their own songs and they have the equity for the songs.
yeah.
So if the sales or whatever is happening with that song, that the one's making the money for it, I think maybe the artists will have a percentage. I don't know what they do, but I think majority of the money goes to them. So you can see with that DJ, you're good at making beats, and yeah, you could go that route. Mhm.
DJ Jab, the only advice I can give a startup DJ is make friends. Okay? Get into the okay. This whole thing, like this question you're asking right now, is almost like there are things that I just believe. I don't want to say. I just believe some guys can figure this thing out. Like business. That's why I say the industry is still really, really, really young because most guys haven't understood business, like personal relation. A DJ is supposed to be like a PR. You
Yeah.
as a DJ, you're supposed to be like a personal relations person. Somebody, anybody can be close to and relate to. So you like a startup DJ, DJ Ijab, okay? You have to prove you have to now hustle. Like since you've decided to be a DJ, you have to find clubs that need DJs and you work for free and prove to that person that your sets are always hot. Okay? Every time your set come on, just because of your mix, just because of the kind of songs, it makes the club hot. And every day you're not performing, the person will notice the difference in the reaction, in the dancing, the ambience in the club. And they will increase the number of days which you perform in that club. That's how you start. From there, you can leverage that and tell the person, you know, I cannot perform again today because this guy want me to perform here. From there, the person will tell me how much is he paying you. Even if you were performing for free, he will ask, okay, how much should I give you for you to perform here today? That's how you start. Show them that you have what it takes to make the place pack. Okay, that's all I can tell you as a startup DJ. I'm not a DJ, but what I give you guys now, I'm giving you guys out of observation or experience or because of the kind of relationships I have with some DJs or those kind of guys or producers. Hell, producers, I consider producers as DJs. Yeah, so the kind of advice I'm
Yeah.
giving you is like the kind of advice I'll be giving a DJ or producer or talking with a producer what we talk about, you know?
Yeah.
So every club you perform at, start by having free sets. When you get those free sets, make those free sets the best sets that person owning that club will ever see or experience in his life. Then from there, you say, okay, you can perform in this. You just wake up one day and say, okay, okay, sir, you know, today I will not be able to perform. So if you have a DJ, because those guys always have guys that they pay to perform, and maybe your set is even more booming than the guy who is being paid. So if they want you to come and say, you just say, just let the guy you pay perform today, and these guys called me here to come and perform. He'll say, but that means today this place will be dry. When everybody know on Friday it will be this DJ that has this hot set, he'll say, okay, what can I make you stay here today? Just call that guy and tell him you cannot make it today, you're sick, blah, blah, blah. But just tell me what I should pay you. That's how you start. Yeah. Gain the leverage.
Yeah.
Make him realize that you can control that club. Then from there, you do that with so many clubs. Then that's when your wage keep going up. That's how DJs. Yeah, that's how. Then from there, you get into now music, like make friends. Like when artists see that this DJ is hot, his sets are always hot. When he's in the club, that club is always full that day. Those artists want to make friends with you. Or you find artists and make friends with them and tell them, what if I bring you to this club because I'm the DJ this, and this day? That's how it is. It's a circle. The entertainment industry is a circle. It's a chain. Yeah.
Yeah, what comes to my mind is that what that Nigerian DJ said. What he said, he say, I make money out of their songs. That's why I play 99.9% of Nigerian songs
Yeah.
because that's what I
Yeah.
make money out of. And Cameroonian DJs need to realize this too. It's not the Nigerian DJs, it's not the sorry, it's not the Nigerian artists or the American artists who are going to give you that money.
Yeah.
Like the examples you're giving here, there's no artist from America who is coming to make this deal with you that you
Yep.
can go to club with them. No,
Yeah.
it's your brothers and sisters just around you. Those are people in Boya or
You
yeah,
can
on the
be
wherever you
you can be
find
performing
yourself.
in Yaoundé and the artist is based in Douala or in Boya. You can be performing in Boya and the artist is based in Yaoundé.
Yeah.
Just because you are bringing them in town, that's something else.
Yeah. So you need to realize that these are the people who are going to give you the real
The real
money
money.
instead of yeah. So play their music, promote their music. DJs like they should be like the number one promoters in the
Yeah.
industry. Yeah.
So I guess that's all we have to say for today. I think this is the longest episode.
How long are we going for?
Almost 1 hour 20 minutes. It's 1 hour 15. You
Wow.
know, yeah, just 1 hour 15 minutes.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's long. I think this is the longest. It's like we've
It
done
should
120
be.
before.
Really?
I
I'm
think so.
remembering 1 hour 9 minutes. Okay. Anyway.
No, this 115. So I think we'll end it here today. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're not part of the group, just join the WhatsApp group. If one share counts, okay? Just subscribe to Chakra TV if you want to keep the chain moving. Go now, subscribe to Chakra TV. Then, like on Mondays and Wednesday, we'll be on Chakra TV. And subscribe too. I know if you're watching this, you're definitely subscribe. So just share it to bring more people to the family. That's all I can say. So, if there anything you get to close it up with?
Yeah. I'll round up by saying, I think I've said it before. This is not coming from a place of hate. This is not coming from a place of wanting to bring anybody down. That's not where it's coming from. It's coming from a place of we feel like if this person grows, we all grow. If a Salatel name is big and I talk about Salatel, you have the
Yeah.
views. Like it helps all of us. It's a chain
Everybody. It's a
reaction.
chain reaction.
Yes. Yeah. So it's coming from that place. So we are giving out this advice or this suggestion so that
Yep.
the artists or the people in this world could put it into practice. So it's not coming from a place of hate, it's coming from a place of love and we want to grow. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in today and we out.